Next one is earlier I told you I told you data is coming, you need to analyze, you need to bring some insights and so many things. What exactly the data is? So first you need to understand what exactly the data is. So data refers to a raw facts or observations or measurements or values that are typically in the form of numbers or words or sounds or images or segments. Okay. So the thing is, raw data actually lacks context and meaning. There will not be any proper meaning for the raw data. Raw data means whatever the customers are giving us the feedback or comments, that is the raw data that we have collected and stored in a database. So that is the raw data. So the raw data doesn't make any sense. So for that we need to process and organize, and we need to do some interpretations and by using different tools and this. So these things I'll just explain in the next slides. Okay. So as of now, data means it may be in numbers or words or sounds or images and segments. So now there are types of data. So we have structured data, unstructured data, and semi-structured data. So structured data means, Excel sheet. Excel sheet is a structured way. That means you have proper columns as well, you have proper rows. Okay. So even after, like, immediately if you see at the Excel sheet, you will understand like what is what. Okay. So that is the structured format where you have proper columns and proper rows. It is a tabular form. So the other kind of Excel is CSV, which is a comma separated values. Okay. So this is the structured. Unstructured data means the text data. That means the feedbacks that you are giving or the comments that we get from the comments that customers will give for our product or for our service. So that is the text data. And data we have in document format also, and audio data. When see, you have Google Assistants, right? So when you talk something in the Google Assistant, obviously that particular data is being recorded. So that is called audio data. And video data, that is the videos. Okay. And the next is semi-structured data. Semi-structured data means XML, HTML, JSON. That means you are having the links, right? www. So those getting data from that particular website links and all. So we deal with that particular website link. So that is semi-structured data. Okay. So once we get you understood what is data. Now we have to know how this data is generated. First thing is human input. Human input means social media posts and everything. See, social media post means you people are definitely using like Instagram, Facebook, or let's say WhatsApp. So in these social medias, you will be posting a photo of yours or anything, right? So in WhatsApp, you will be posting a status. So all this, whatever the things you are posting and what are the things you are doing in Instagram, everything, what are the things you are searching in Instagram, or everything is being recorded as a data. So that data is taken, that data, what are the recorded data? That data will, what Instagram company does is that they take that data and they start doing analyzing, because they want to do some, like, to improve any other features in Instagrams or not. So they do that. And the next, we can get data from business transactions. For example, if you are going to a shopping mall, or if you are going to purchase some kind of goods in DMart or any other things. So you do some kind of transactions through your phone pays, Google Pays, and all these things. At the same time, when you are transferring amount to your friends or your colleagues or anyone, so that data is also being recorded. So data can come from business transactions also. And the other thing is government and research organizations. I told you earlier that ISRO has launched a Chandrayaan-3 satellite to moon. That what that satellite does is it will capture some pictures, and that pictures are being analyzed. So that is some kind of data that is getting for ISRO management, right? So that is how research, we get data from research organizations, and they do some kind of surveys, and surveys means, for example, in election times, some people usually come and ask like how many people are going to vote and whom they are voting. So these people, what does they do is they do come some kind of survey, and they collect data, and they apply some kind of machine learning algorithms, and they finally predict like what is the who is having the highest probability, what is it, which party have highest probability to win. So they can ultimately they can predict that. So if, for suppose, there is a high probability for BJP to come, then that's okay. Then the other parties will try to improvise themselves. Like they have less probability, they'll try to increase their probability by their strategies, and they do some kind of thing. So that is how this government and research organizations provides us the data. And online activities, like you do online searching, Google search, you do a lot of Google search, and you explore a lot of websites and all those things, right? So whenever you click on something, that is also a data. That data is also stored. Okay, so this is how data is provided from online activities. And scientific experience means scientists generates some data through their experiments or testings. So they do some experiments and they give us some kind of values. So those are things that is also a kind of data that is being provided by the scientist. And the last one is sensors and IoT. IoT means Internet of Things. Okay, sensors and everything, like CC cameras, they capture videos and everything, right? So yes, when you are using smartphones, when you click a photo, that is also a data that is being recorded. Okay, if you take a video, that is also data that is being recorded. So this is how. And in industries also, there are many cameras and there are many sensors, when coming to some industries like steel plants or ISRO or anything, so they generate lot of data through these videos and image pictures. Okay, so this is how the data is being generated from industries. Yes. And when you go to shopping malls also, there will be sensors. So if you pay the amount, if you don't pay the amount and you just bring your product outside, then some kind of sounds you will get. So these all things are censored. So these all things will these all are the data that is being generated. So yes, this is all the what is that input sources of data. So this is how the data is being generated and being collected by the data engineers. So I'll just explain you later on like what is data engineer and what a data engineer do. Okay, so the next question is why data science? So can you people just tell me, like I told you so many things, right? At least you must have listened something. So I just want to know like why data science? What is the use of that? Now I think you will be answering my question. Yes, somebody please.
Data science is improving our business goals and obtaining business insights from data.
All right. So ultimately, satisfying the customers, right?
Yeah, custom
Yes.
satisfying the customers.
All right. All right. So yes, you can make better decisions. You can reduce your production cost by coming out with efficient ways and give your customers what they actually want. That is all about data science. But what we learn in data science is what are the how these insights can be found out, how we can make better decision makings, what are the tools, how we can implement that particular service in the server, like server in the sense that is applicable to all over India. Anybody, all our users, like any user can use that. So that is the server. So that runs 24/7. Like how this particular service or product is available to all the in the market. Okay. So yes, so data science, the need of data science is first thing, it will reduce the cost and faster and better decision makings, improve services and products, and risk detections. So this is the need of data science. One second. All right. So the next one is why data science is so popular. See, we have many other roles, like we have React JS, we have Java developers, we have many more. But why data science is very popular? So the thing is, data science is so popular because of data only. See, you people know that the cost of the data, or the importance of the data, or the priority or the value for the data is very much more as compared to gold, because in like as of this generation, many everyone from child, from 5 years child to till 80-90 years old person, everybody is using their mobile phones and laptops and everything. Everybody is working on internet itself, right? If they want to buy some product, they are not going out of their homes, they are just doing online, and they are just ordering from online. You imagine how much data is being generated as of now. Every day so many bytes of data is being generated, because everybody is using that. So you can see from this one second. Yes. So here from this graph, you can see like from 2010 to this is graph between 2010 to 2020. See how the data, the size of the data has been increased. Initially, it was around 200 to 1300, like in the year of 2010. But when it came to 40,000, sorry, when it came to 2020, it was around 40,000 exabytes. See how much huge data is being generated. That means you must, like, somebody have doubts like whether data science jobs will end or not. That will never end, because data will never end. Data, nobody will nobody will stop using their mobile phones or internet or laptops, right? Everybody use their internet things. So the thing is, throughout your life, data will never ends. If data never ends, that means your data science jobs or data science concept, data, anything related to data science will never ends. Okay. So every time, everywhere, let you guys, I don't know whether you guys know or not, regarding ChatGPT. We have many other AI tools, open AI tools, where instead of Googling it, if we type anything in ChatGPT or any open AI platforms, directly it will give you the answers. Even though if those things comes also, data science jobs never ends, because we are the ultimate persons in order to implement AI or AI application. So data science is a very trending nowadays, because data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, all these things are same. So ultimate goal of all these things are same, but the things are algorithms are different in machine learning and deep learning. And what are the types of data? I told structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. So these data will be different. So I'll just explain you in the next slide. Yes. So being a data scientist, what is the role that you have to do? You must know that. Okay. So first thing is we have some job roles like business analyst, data analyst, machine learning engineer. Then it comes to data engineer. We have in between, we have data engineering and data architecture. So that is the other topic. So we have business analyst, data analyst, machine learning engineer, and data science. Okay, so data scientist will do from business analyst till the deployment part. He won't involve in deployment part. Like deployment means if you are implementing some application, that should be visible to all the people. Okay, so that should be used by everyone. If you are creating an app, that should be in market. So that is the process, like bringing that application in market. So how this is done, that is deployment. Okay, so they won't involve in deployment, but they give ideas how to deploy this, what are the things. Okay, so business analyst is something, yes, see, if some data is, for example, some client has given a project to an organization. First, what a data scientist do is problem identification and problem formulations. So first he will understand what are the problems, what is the business, what are the things, and they do some kind of analysis. So data analysis they will do. They will check whether which algorithm is suitable and how to predict all these things. And data gathering also, actually data scientists, what they do is they meet with a set of persons and they collect data. Okay, they collect data and they store in a database. So once data is received, once they understood the business, they go with a data pre-processing. Data pre-processing is also called as feature engineering. So data pre-processing is a part of feature engineering. In data pre-processing, what we do is, see, I told you, like whatever the feedbacks or comments that comes from the customers, that is the raw data. Using that raw data, we can't do visualizations or we can't do any analysis because it will be very unstructured format. So what are the text data, what are the data is coming, that should be cleaned, that should be in a proper format. Either it should be audio, video, or it should be a text data in a proper format, or it should be a structured format, like in terms of Excel sheet. Okay, so for that purpose, what they use some technologies and tools, which I'll discuss once we start our data science course. So as it is demo class, so I can't cover in-depth tools and technologies. So once we start, I'll explaining all these things, how cleaning is happen, how they transform a raw data to the clean data and everything. So once the data is clean and everything, they start to create a model using ML and machine learning and all these things. Once this is done, then they just if model is created and the accuracy of that particular machine learning model has a good accuracy, then what they do is they just share the model with the business and they just go for feedbacks and ongoing and everything. So if the accuracy of that particular model is good, then it's okay, they'll just go for the deployment. If not, again they have to do from like data pre-processing. So again the process repeats. So again they need to clean that particular data set properly, and everything has to be done from the fourth point. So this is what a data scientist do, like from a beginning, from business analyst till data scientist, he has to involve in every aspect. So this is the purpose, like data scientist role, what a data scientist do. So the next is course content and highlights. Okay, so first thing is, I just one second. Yes, I just want to tell you, like, what are the course content we are going to cover, what are the things we are going to learn in data science and everything. Okay, the very first thing is you need to focus on programming language. Okay, I would like to suggest you always that I would like to suggest you always to go with Python programming language, because in Python programming language there are so many open source libraries, we have so many modules, we have so many packages. So once we get into the real course, then I'll tell you what is this open source libraries and modules, packages, all these things. Okay, we have lot many open source libraries, like you can't imagine, like it will be in lakhs. So those many we have. Okay, and the thing is, people and companies are coming up with many different tools and frameworks. Still they are compatible with Python, and actually they are still focusing on platforms like GCP, Azure, and AWS. So GCP, Azure, AWS are the cloud computing platforms. I'll explain you like what is cloud computing platforms and everything. So as of now, we have three cloud computing. One is AWS. We have many other, but these three are the major cloud platforms used by all the organizations. Okay, so GCP and Azure and AWS. Actually, these people are actually, many companies are also focusing on these three platforms. They are coming up with different techniques, like with respect to deployment, and also they are they are also involving Python, especially Python programming in all these cloud platforms. So we will go ahead with Python programming language still, like because it is the best programming language for data science as well as a data analyst also. So everybody have a question, like we have many other programming languages, right? Like we have Java, we have Python, we have C language, and recently there are many programming language had come, like Jack, Julia, Codex, and Mojo programming. So there are many programming languages, but the only disadvantage of using all those things is they will never like overcome the libraries that we have in Python programming. Because in Python, I said like earlier, we have many lakhs of modules and libraries we have. But when as compared to Java or C or Julia, Jack, Codex, and Mojo, we have a very less libraries in that. So whatever the analysis or whatever the visualization or whatever the things you want to do when you are dealing with a data science project, that can be done only by Python programming, because the other programming languages, that those will not support some of the libraries, which you cannot work on that during your real-time project. So that is the reason we have other also where R programming. So either you can learn R or you can learn Python programming. If you learn, it's good if you learn both. But the thing is, what I experienced is, if I do Python programming and R programming, it's little confusing. If you learn Python programming, then there will be a confusion in R, and if you learn R programming, there will some kind of confusions will get created in Python programming. So either R or Python programming, that is good for data science. And the next is database. Definitely the knowledge of database are required, because at least two databases should be learned. That is, one is what I'll be teaching is, one is MongoDB, which is NoSQL database, and one is SQL database, that is MySQL. NoSQL database actually stores unstructured data, that means which is not in a tabular form. And SQL databases, they store the data which are in a tabular form, structured format. So this is the difference between NoSQL and MySQL. Okay, and the third one is statistics. See, one understanding, like understand that wherever there is a data, you really need to do a lot of statistical analysis as a data scientist and also as a data analyst. So statistics will definitely play an important role. You really need to understand various topics in statistics and how you probably can apply with respect to a practical knowledge, or how you can probably relate with some specific data or do some statistical analysis. So that is the main aim out there, right? So as a data analyst, and also we do a lot of statistical analysis when like you try to solve use cases with respect to that as a data scientist. So as a data scientist, like it is specially used in feature engineering, feature selection, feature engineering and feature selections. I told you like earlier, you need to clean the data, you need to analyze the data. So how you are cleaning that raw data, how you are bringing that raw data to the clean data. So that is the feature engineering. So where statistics always plays an important role. And team, I just want to tell you that feature engineering, out of 100%, 60% of the project will depend on feature engineering only. How much clean your data is, that much good the accuracy of your model will be. So your predictions, whatever the predictions you are doing for the future, that will be perfectly the outputs will be very perfect. So that is the reason feature engineering and feature selections are the very important. Okay, so the thing is here feature means we usually say columns, right? In tabular form we say columns and rows, but when it comes to data science, we call columns as features or attributes or dependent variables or labels. Okay, so we have different terminologies to define a column. So we don't usually use columns. Even in your interviews, you never use columns. You always have to use technical words only. Okay, so this is all about statistics, which is the very important one. And one thing I want to tell you that statistics is like we won't deal with very big mathematics. Okay, even if you are scared of mathematics also, it's okay. If you don't know even 1% of statistics, that is also okay. Statistics always revolve around mean, median, mode, and standard deviation and variance. So the whole topic, the whole statistic topics revolve around only these 5 things. One is mean, one is median and mode, and standard deviation and variance. Standard deviation is the very main thing. So how these mean, median, mode, standard deviation, all these things are being applied for testing, like how this applied in a project. So these things I'll be explaining when in a statistic topic comes. Okay. So there will not be very in-depth, statistics will not be there. It will be very basics of permutation and combination. At the same time, very basics of probability. So if you are tossing a coin, so what is the probability of getting a head? So if you get this logic, then ultimately the whole probability which we are using in data science, you can understand very easily. So very basic statistics we will be teaching you for data science. But how that is applied to the real world, that is the very most important thing you need to understand. Because yes, so the next thing is exploratory data analysis. So I told you like when data is coming, you are taking some kind of insights, right? So that is what analysis. You are analyzing something by using some graphs or some visualizations. From that, you are bringing out some kind of insights to make better decisions. So that analyzing we call it as exploratory data analysis, EDA. So as soon as you learn statistics, you really need to focus on EDA, because with the help of Python programming and using the concepts of statistics, you probably like using concepts of statistics and probably whatever the things you learned with respect to different libraries, so you start focusing on performing EDA, that is exploratory data analysis. So whatever the things you learn in statistics and Python, these things to be applied in EDA. Okay, so this is how the data analysis. And the next one is feature engineering. I told you 60% of the project will depends on your feature engineering. You must be very perfect in that. Okay, feature engineering, when you have the concepts like statistics, EDA, now it's time to time that you perform a lot of feature engineering, because feature engineering, I told you, like one of the important life cycle of a data science project. Yes. So the next one is, so once we complete the feature engineering, we'll be moving with the machine learning, deep learning, NLP, computer vision, all these things. So let me just explain you briefly, like what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning, what is deep learning. Okay. So the very first one is artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence means like it is a AI application. Like if we are, I told you earlier that we are making an application, right? That AI application should be able to do its task without any human involvement. That means a person need not monitor this AI application. Automatically, it will be able to take decisions. So this is artificial intelligence. I'll just give you one example. If you open Hotstar, okay? So what you do is you search something, like if you are searching for like action movies, okay? So you want to see some kind of action movie. If you search action movie in that Hotstar, for that day you will watch one action movie. The next day again, if you open Hotstar or Netflix or anything, a Prime, these kind of things, if you like if you open again anything, open next day, if you open the browser, and if you in the very first page itself, if it will give you the recommendations of all the action movies. So have you have you observed this when you are dealing with like Netflix or Hotstar? Hello? All right. So so the very next day when you open the same browser, then if you see in the very first page, it will give you the action movies. Okay. So this is because of recommendation systems we have, like that is the AI application that is being there in the backend. So in the backend, what are the AI application is there? That is being developed by the data scientist. Not only data scientist is a part of that. We have many other like data analyst and deployment team and everything. Okay. Yes. And I can give you some other examples like self-driving car. If you see self-driving car, we in throughout the world, we encounter with a lot of accident news, right? Always we see some kind of news that is related to accidents and all. The thing is, but when it comes to self-driving car, so many the rate of accident rates will be very low as compared with the self-driving cars, because what it does is the AI application is in such a way that if a vehicle is on a road, it is on a side, if a self-driving car is going, it will stop, because it is being trained like there should be some kind of distance between a vehicle and self-driving car. So the AI application, like the car is being trained like that, the machine is being trained like if some car or some vehicle is there, you need to maintain a certain distance. So that is how the accident rates are reduced, because sometimes in tiredness or for example in tiredness or because of lot of tensions, we usually sleep. Sometimes we might don't know, but we sleep sometimes, and we usually like unconscious sometimes. So in that scenarios, accidents will happen. So self-driving cars will not do all these things, right? So yes, so based on the roads, it is able to drive it automatically, because there is an AI application integrated with the car itself. Okay, so this is all about artificial intelligence. Coming to machine learning. Machine learning is a subset of AI that it uses statistical algorithms. It uses algorithms to build a machine that have ability to automatically learn and improve from the experience without being done by the programmers. So same, like if you see Google, for example, Alexa or Google, and same as Netflix, all these things are being trained. Like these things are trained such a way. I told you earlier, like if you again open the Hotstar tomorrow, then some kind of recommendations you will get. So this is all done by machine learning. And machine learning uses a structured data set, structured in the sense Excel tabular form, or structured and semi-structured. Semi-structured, I told you, like HTML and JSON. So these kind of data sets are being used in machine learning. And the next one is deep learning. Deep learning, this usually like it uses it uses audio or video type of data sets. In unstructured only, it deals with audio and video type of data sets, and it is a subset of ML. See, in 1950s and 1960s, what happened is scientists thought that can't we make a machine learn like how like how human beings are being learned. Okay, for this purpose, DL has come into an existence. In short, this means it is the mimic of human brain. It is all about using multi-layer neural network. See, even in a human body, we have different layers in our brain. Like we have medulla and some other things, like midbrain, we say something, right? We have neurons in our brain, and we have nerve system. So how we people are being trained with neurons and so many layers and output layer, input layers, all these things. So that is how the deep learning algorithms are being built. Even deep learning algorithms have a input layer and also hidden layers which have so many neurons. We have also nerve kind of things, like we call it as activation functions. We have many things. How we people are being trained, how a human being is being trained, that is how a machine has to be learned. So that is the concept, and deep learning has come. Okay, the next is data science. Data science is ultimately, I told you, to bring to make a better decisions to in order to improvise the business. This is done by using all this machine learning, deep learning, and everything. So data science is a part of everything. Okay, and coming to artificial intelligence, we have natural language processing. That means whatever I told you, like feedbacks, comments, those are the text data. Those text data are being predicted using NLP, like using natural language process concepts. Okay, so this is the overall course content. And yes, 1 second. So yes, I told you, like in machine learning, we can take the example of spam filtering. That means, in machine, like in when you are using everybody uses Gmails, right? There will be a spam section, and also there will be a not spam section. Not spam sections will get into the inbox, and spam. If the particular mail is spam, then that mail is being stored in spam section, right? So how this machine know that particular email is a spam and particular email is not a spam? So when you are giving a training data, uh, like we have number of mails. In that mail, for example, I'll take example, like earlier I told you are giving me feedback. So in that, some people wrote trainer is good. Some people wrote trainer is bad. Some wrote like trainer is very good. Trainer is excellent. Okay. So what is this? This trainer is good. It is a positive, right? Trainer is bad. It is a negative. Trainer is very good. It is a positive. Trainer is excellent. It is a positive. So we are training that particular data to mission, such that mission will learn that wherever there is a term called as good or very good or excellent, it is a positive feedback or it is a positive comment. And wherever the data with bad, worst, or these kind of things, then the particular feedback is a negative. Okay, So this is how we train the machines. Okay, so once this is trained, in future, whenever whatever the feedback you again give to this machine, it will automatically classify whether the feedback is a positive or feedback is a negative. So the same thing here also, we are training the machine with some kind of algorithms such that it will classify you whether a particular email is a spam or not spam. In future, whenever you send a new mail to the particular model, whatever the model you have built using the ML algorithms, so what happens? So whenever you send a new mail to this model, it will automatically classify you which one is not spam and what is the spam. Okay, this is the model, this is the application that is there in the backend of the emails. So what is the backend application is being built by the data scientist team. Okay, so yes.